You know, I'm from Michigan. Those who aren't from Michigan go, I mean, ass backwards, dumb shit. Michigan. I'm from Sheboygan. I'm from right there. Isn't it funny they said Jesus Christ was coming back and I was born Joseph Cronin? It didn't say he was coming back as Jesus Christ. I'm not saying I'm Jesus Christ either. I was born Joseph Cronin. Although, born in 1959, there are CIA records in 1949 I allegedly wrote, going back on research that I did into the 1800s when I helped launch the CIA in 49. What the hell? My sister might be right. Annie Crow in New York said that I was not my father's son. I think she's right about that. I was actually born a girl. And they didn't want a girl sounding like this. Hey, let's go upstairs, big boy. It would creep guys out. So they did a new procedure, not an appendectomy, which I need right now from a groin hernia, thanks to LAPD and 12 officers beat the shit out of me last year around this time, when they wouldn't give back $100,000 in assets, and I kind of punched out a plate glass window with an open hand and said, I can hurt you with 2 fingers, and they beat me down, 12 officers with billy clubs. It got ugly. Whole long story, going to be a big lawsuit. Beyond that, I've been working on a concert for world peace. I have been working on world peace most of my life. I've known since childhood what I was here for. Not to follow in centuries, and I do mean centuries of family tradition. I have traced family history back thousands of years. When you have access to stuff that I do, and the IQ I have and the resources I have, and I'm not bragging, and I did hack the Library of Congress when I was in 6th grade on dial-up lines in the 60s. I didn't really hack, but I was rewriting federal law. Guilty as charged, Your Honor. Because Mom always said it had to be with a 6th grade education. I was an advanced student. It was bullshit to me. But I knew by the time I was 4 it was time to change my name. That I couldn't be associated with family names and crest and heritage because certain family members were turning a new leaf and weren't going to be part of the Illuminati plan to genocide all you assholes. And I do say assholes because a lot of you are. You're indignant fucks. I was assaulted today when asking someone to please let me pass with 600 pounds on my bike and I have a broken hip and a groin hernia, and I'll be 60 in less than 30 fucking days. And the guy punched me in the face and said, if you ever saw me again, he was going to kill me. The hate since Donald Trump has gotten in office, and you know, everybody wants water like Flint, Michigan, not. They've deregulated, pretty much castrated all our government and things I've worked for 60 years, Greenpeace, EPA, green technologies, equal rights regarding race, color, creed, transgender. I'm a humanitarian. I am a conscious objector. I was going to go to Canada and become a minister under the foreign government arrangement that I had worked out with Brother Bill Gable and people at CKLW, and I was going to be Brother Kurt Kelly on the air protesting the American war and do my top 40 shtick from CKLW Detroit. Fortunately, Jimmy Carter kept his promise to my mom that I would never be drafted to war, and just before I turned 18, I didn't have to register for the draft because it was admonished and I didn't have to be a body bag for Vietnam, which was a bullshit war. But then so was Korea and most of the other wars. They're all bullshit, folks. I'm Majestic Crypto. I'm so highly classified that I'm so many stories above the White House and the Kremlin and most people on this planet that they will never see my true file. I am an aberration of human technology. My genius IQ scores off the chart. I score 4.0 in everything that I've done. I've worked with JPL, NASA. There is not a federal or international agency of any type in science research, green technology, herbalistic care, synthetic medications, or otherwise geniuses that I haven't consulted with or worked with around the planet in multiple countries. I'm Majestic Crypto. I learned by the time I was 4 that my country killed my 3rd cousin, whose birthday was 3 days before mine, and he was also a triple Gemini. Well, three's going on, isn't there? And they killed JFK, and then they killed Bobby. When I was 4, I watched this. And Martin Luther King, and people that I knew who came to my house to fight for civil rights along with Black Panthers, Teamsters, UAW. People. Wars don't work. Your gang's not better than mine. Your God's not better than mine. And frankly, I don't give a shit about your God. Let's get a little more reverent. How about master, creator, something greater than the self, higher power? Pick something else, you agnostic pieces of shit. And who gave you the right to judge me or anyone else? And who gave you the right to annihilate? And who gave you the right to have self-will run riot where other people's will can be broken by your will because of your insidious need for control? The greatest sin of all. You realize your mythical highway to hell, in some regards, is real. Your wildest imaginations you haven't even realized, and that whatever you can think of, we've already done that and more. Not just in Hollywood, but in government. Whatever government exposes to you is about, anywhere from 100 to 1,000 years behind the time. We use media as a way to expose you to disinformation and to prepare you for the future. Beam me up, Scotty. There's no intelligent life here. Everybody had handheld communicators, and what do you have now? What are you watching me on? What have you watched me on? How have you communicated with your friends today? Do you Twitter? Do you tweet? Do you use YouTube? Are you in social media? Are you in instant contact with friends around the world? Can you make comments? Can you make social media happen? What are you doing for world peace? Get off your lazy fucking ass. If you're a spectator, you're part of the problem. Stand up for peace or fall for the sword of war. World War III, no one wins. Dump Trump. I'm ready to stand up for peace. Will you join me? Happy Cinco de Mayo weekend.